Good morning. Today we're going to build some portable stands for our trap camera. I have quite a few of these. I have 5 of my own, and I have 5 on loan from the North Coast Land Conservancy. I tend to pick ones which are affordable rather than expensive, but they do a good job for what I need them for, which is to basically monitor wildlife. And with the snow outside, I thought it might be a good time to put some out around my feeder. And so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I make a portable mount for my camera. First thing that you need to know is that all of these cameras, just like your spotting scope, have a standardized mount screw place in them. It is the same one that you find in your spotting scope mounts. If you have a smartphone, the smartphone mount has a couple of them on it. So it's all standardized, and it's all the same screw. It is a 1/4 inch 20 thread count screw, and so you can go down to the hardware store and just buy. I prefer the ones with the slot with the slotted top rather than the ones with the hex mount or hex mount, but it doesn't really matter. Both of them work. So you're going to need some 1/4 inch 40 count screws. You're going to need a couple of hex bolts that fit them and a wing nut that fits them. You're going to need some PVC pipe. This is 1/2 inch PVC pipe. I use the 1/2 inch PVC pipe for all sorts of different things. I've used it for bird banding poles. I use it for cameras. I use it for things to mount the sheets when I go out moth hunting. I use the PVC for a lot of stuff, so I have a lot of scrap around. But you need to go down and get yourself some 1/2 inch PVC. Ideally, you want to be able to get yourself this kind of bracket right here, which has 3 90-degree access points to it. But if you really had to, you could take one of these T1s and then put some 45s out this way and get to the same place. But ideally, you want to go down to the hardware store and see if they have these and get those. And you need a 1/2 inch PVC pipe cap. That cap has to have a hole drilled in it, and so I'm going to show you how I do that. I take my clamping device here, and extra piece of wood there so that they don't drill through my table. I take my clamping device, make sure that it's good and tight. Then I'm going to take my drill, and I'm going to use a smaller bit than I need the hole for to get started here. And I'm going to drill a hole, and you want to start with a smaller drill, a smaller size to start with, just because getting this big one to even bite can be unsafe, and we want to be safe. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to come in with a 1/4 inch drill and finish the hole like that. And now I have a hole in the top. And I'm going to take my bolt and put a hex nut on it. All the way down as far as it'll go. And I'm going to run it through from the inside out. And that 1/4 inch hole should be snug, Shouldn't be any real wobble. Then we're going to take another hex bolt and did I get the wrong hex bolt there? I think I did. Alright, let's get one that we know will fit. There we go. You're going to take your other hex bolt and you're going to try to tighten that up as best you can. Use and that's the advantage that you have with the screwdriver. If it doesn't feel like it's really grabbing, then you can do this with the screwdriver and really torque it in there. Alright, and then you're going to take a wing nut and you want to turn the wing nut so that the wings are down, like that. Okay, and then the next thing that happens is you're going to take it and screw it to your camera, like that. And then you can use the wing nut to sort of tighten it down to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. The next step is to build a stand, and this is really simple if you have one of these three-piece ones here. You take a short piece and you put it in one, and you take a couple of pieces that are maybe, I don't know, a foot long or so, and you put them like that, and that makes your stand. And then you can mount your camera on them like this, and you want the camera part facing into the V, and the reason for that is because the camera's mass is going to keep it from tipping backwards. And then you're ready to go. You want to have, if you're taking pictures of ground feeders, you really want to have a camera that's pretty close to the ground like this. If you're not taking pictures of near the ground, then you need a longer piece, and these are the mounts that I use for trail cameras. This is about 3 feet long, a little longer than that. And this is actually the recommended height that if you read the directions on your camera, that's the recommended height for putting them out if you're just putting them out everywhere. And I take a piece of 3 foot long rebar and pound it into the ground, and then this slides right over the rebar. This is the tall one that I have. That one is about maybe 6 feet tall, and it's got the camera mounted so that it can watch the suet feeder. We'll take the short camera here, and we'll come out and put it down here so that it can take some more pictures. And we'll take some more pictures and see what we can do with the short camera. So, to recap, what you need to build one of these is some PVC pipe cut into the appropriate lengths, a PVC cap with a 1/4-inch hole drilled in it, a 3-corner connector or something like that, a bolt which is a 1/4 inch across and has a 20 thread count, a couple of bolts that will fit, or a couple of nuts that will fit the bolt, a wing nut that will fit the bolt, and then all you have to do is assemble it. Short piece, long pieces, cap, upside down wing nut on the top, and then the camera goes right there. I hope you found this video useful, and we'll see you next time I get inspired to build something.